your social security number, your driver's license, your phone number, favorite time. They can go get a job and use your social security number and take a job somewhere. They can check into a hospital emergency room as you, and now you owe the hospital bill. They can write back checks, open up bogus bank accounts, and then you get the arrest warrant comes to you. It's just amazing in this world of high tech, how easy it is, how low tech it is for someone to be able to steal your identity.
It's 7:53. Our guest is Jim Paris, editor-in-chief of ChristianMoney.com. He's talking about that huge security breach through Equifax. When we come back, we had a listener text in a good question, and Jim will help us better understand the costs and benefits of identity theft protection. Again, he's editor-in-chief of ChristianMoney.com. More after this.
Hello, this is Fred Mankey. I'd like to thank you folks for staying till the end. I appreciate it. I'm the CEO of a company called Internet Marketing Management Incorporated, otherwise known as IMMI. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I wanted to get this information out there to you because I know that people have been reading about it and possibly trying to figure out what to do. I've had some experience with this type of thing. I used to work in the insurance industry as a financial officer, and so I was brought in to try to clean up the biggest U.S. life insurance company bankruptcy in the history of the country, as far as I know. And actually, then when I went there, I'd left a company that went bankrupt 6 years after I left, and unfortunately, I had invested some money by buying my wife some annuities that were part of her retirement, and we really never did recoup that. And this whole thing, it makes me pretty angry. I think that from my perspective, there was some real gross negligence involved with this. And in fact, if you were to go on the website that's listed here or to our Facebook page, which is Equifax Class Action, you'd see there's a video by a noted financial expert by the name of Jim Cramer, a guy that you probably have seen on TV, talking about his feelings regarding the breach. And I share his disgust. I think particularly when you see that these individuals sold $2 million of stock just days after this happened, it makes me feel like somebody should go to jail, because that's just ridiculous given the fact that so many people are going to be adversely affected by just having to deal with all the nonsense that comes out of worrying about your identity. And trying to clean it up is a terribly difficult process. I have spoken to 4 different attorneys at this point in time, and they've estimated that claimants probably would expect to receive an award somewhere in the vicinity of $1,000 to $100. And that's obviously a huge range, but I do think that there are damages that people affected by this should be able to receive. And clearly, if you do have to buy some credit protection or identity protection services, I think that the possibility of recouping those damages are pretty high. And so, that's really what we wanted to do with this website, is to provide all the detailed information about what you need to do, how you freeze your credit if you choose to do that, what are some of the considerations involved with putting a credit freeze on, how to run your reports, phone numbers, websites. Really, I think a good source of information. So if you'd like to check it out, certainly feel free. One thing I do want to mention is that we will also have a button where you can submit an email address in order to get a form that you can ultimately use to file your class action claim. And I saw one attorney out there already with a long form application on the internet, which would require people to put in all types of sensitive information that would be transmitted over the web. From my perspective, it was a terrible idea, and they had a lot of detailed financial data in there. So don't do that. Rely on either an emailed form or something that you put in the regular mail, but don't put a bunch of your financial information in there. And the second part of this interview is also out there if you enjoyed the ChristianMoney.com guy. And, it really goes into the second aspect of this, which is how do you protect yourself going forward. To the extent that you could do the social media thing and like, comment, and share, we'd appreciate it. And I do appreciate, once again, you taking the time to listen to this video, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day. Thanks.